solving quadratic equation by extracting the square root. From our topic itself, we have the square root. And this is the symbol for square root. That symbol. Let's say if we have x squared. So what is the relationship of the square and the square root? In this expression, if we're going to extract the square root, the relationship will be square root will be cancelled out and the square will be cancelled out. And this will become equal to x. Applying your previous lesson about the laws of exponent, why is the square root and square will be cancelled out? Let's say square root of a. We know that the equivalent of square root of a is a raised to 1/2. Applying this one, x squared, and the value of square root is 1/2. So we need to raise to 1/2. Power to a power. 1/2 times 2, that is equivalent to 1. That means x raised to 1 is also equal to x. In this lesson, it is very important that you are familiar with the perfect square numbers. First, let us recall. If we have 1 square, or 1 times 1, that is 1. 2 square, that is 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 square, that is 3 times 3, which is 9. 4 square, which is 4 times 4, is equal to 16. And we have 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, and so on. So in order for you to solve extracting the square root easily, you need to memorize those, or at least familiarize. Let us proceed in solving. Number 1. Let's say x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. Solve by extracting the square root. We need to find the value for x. In this case, we need to isolate our variable. That means we need to transpose negative 16. So x squared is equal to negative transpose, that will become positive 16. Now, get the square root. Square root, square root. So this will be cancelled out. Now x is equal to positive negative 4. Why we need to have the positive and negative sign? Because we have 4, positive 4 times positive 4, that is 16. The other one is negative 4 times negative 4 is also positive 16. So we have two solutions. The positive 4 and the negative 4. Another one. X squared, or let's say 2x squared minus 50 is equal to 0. Again, isolate your variable. So transpose 2x squared is equal to 50. Now, we have coefficient 2. We need to remove the coefficient 2. So we need to divide by 2. divided by 2. This will be cancelled out because 2 divided by 2 is 1. Therefore, we have x squared is equal to 50 divided by 2. That is 25. Extract the square root. So x is equal to square root of 25 is positive negative 5. Another example, number 3. 4b squared minus 225 is equal to 0. The same step, isolate the variable. So we need to transpose negative 225. So the remaining is 4b squared, copy, is equal to transpose 225 positive 225. Now, divide by 4. The remaining will be b squared is equal to 225 over 4. 225 divided by 4, is it divisible? No. But notice that 225 and 4 are perfect square number. So that means we need now to extract the square root. b is equal to positive negative square root of 225, that is 15, over square root of 4, that is 2. This is now our final answer. Fourth example, 3y squared minus 147. The same process. Isolate the variable. Copy 3y squared is equal to 147. Now, divided by 3. Divide by 3. Y squared is equal to 147 divided by 3. So let us divide. 14 divided by 3, that is 4. 4 times 3, 12. Then subtract. 14 minus 12, 2. Bring down 7. 27 divided by 3, that is 9. So we now have 49. To find y, get the square root. Y is equal to positive negative 7. And now our last example, number 5. Quantity w plus 7 raised to 2 is equal to 196. Notice that we have a parenthesis. And 196 is already isolated. Can we now extract the square root? Yes. And also notice in the given that 196 is a perfect square number. So we can now extract the square root. Get the square root. The square will be cancelled out. Then the remaining w plus 7 is equal to positive negative square root of 196. That is 14. Positive negative 14. Now, transpose positive 7. So w is equal to positive negative 14 minus 7. Did you get it? Okay? Find the value of w. Notice that we have positive and negative 14. So, we will have the w sub 1, which means our first value, and let us use the positive sign. 14 minus 7. And w sub 2, which is negative 14 minus 7. 14 minus 7, that is 7. W sub 1 is 7. And W sub 2, negative 14 minus 7, that is negative 21. So that ends our first. So how to simplify if the given is x squared is equal to 12. Okay. One of our viewers asked this question. So we know that we need to eliminate the square. So to eliminate the square, we need to get the square root. Square root or extract the square root of the left side of the equation and also the right side of the equation. So it will become x because square root and square will be cancelled out. The remaining expression on the right side is square root of 12. Now, 12 is not a perfect square. So all I need to do is to copy the square root, then find a number that is a factor of 12. That is a perfect square. So factor of 12 that is a perfect square is 4 times 3. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12. Other factors are 12 times 1. 1 is a perfect number, but we did not choose 1 because it has a higher number that is a factor, which is 4. 6 times 2. 6 and 2 are not the perfect square numbers. That's why we didn't pick 6 and 2. The perfect factor is 4 times 3. And our final answer will be, let's write plus minus. X is equal to positive negative square root of 4, that is 2. What will happen to 3? Okay, copy the square root, then write 3. This will be our final answer. Positive negative 2 square root of 3. Another question from Yeet Boy, Yeetboi. His question is 3y minus 2 raised to 2 is equal to 18. Okay, 3y minus 2 raised to 2 is equal to 18. Our first step, we need to eliminate the square, so we need to extract the square root. So cancel. Now we have 3y minus 2 is equal to, copy square root of 18. Again, 18 is not a perfect square number. So we need to determine the highest perfect square number that is a factor of 18. So that is, factors are 9 times 2. We choose 9 because 9 is a perfect square number. Take note of that. Now we have 3y minus 2 is equal to, let's write positive negative. Positive negative square root of 9, that is 3. Then copy square root of 2. Okay, this is now is in simplified form. We need to find y, so let us use the addition property, or we need to transpose. 3y is equal to, copy positive negative 3 square root of 2 plus 2. This will be our next step. We have 3 beside y. So we need to eliminate that. We need to divide by 3. So y now is equal to positive negative 3 divided by 3. That is 1. So the remaining in this part is square root of 2. Okay, let us solve one by one. So we will cancel 3 here. So the remaining is y is equal to positive negative 3 square root of 2 plus 2 all over 3. Okay. Next, y is equal to 3 divided by 3. That will give us 1. So positive negative, the remaining is square root of 2. And last, plus, this will be fraction 2 over 3. This will be our final answer. Again, 3 divided by 3, that is 1. We have 1 here. We don't need to write 1 because that is understood. Plus 2 over 3. Okay? Next question is this problem. From okay, I will start with the basic one. Let's say you have x squared is equal to the square root of negative 4. Okay. Negative 4. In our discussion, we have examples about perfect numbers, positive perfect numbers inside our square root. What if we have this negative? This time we have what we call imaginary. Okay. Imaginary, we use the symbol I. Imaginary number, we're going to use this if we will encounter like this problem. Because square root of negative 1, that is equal to the imaginary or I. So in this case, okay, I will remove the square root. X squared is equal to negative 4. In this case, we're going to extract the square root. So this will become square root of 4, the given problem earlier. Square root and x squared will be cancelled out. So x is equal to square root of negative 4. Now let us factor negative 4. That is positive, negative, positive, negative. Factors of negative 4 is 4 times negative 1. We need to write negative 1 because the equivalent of I is negative 1, square root of negative 1. Now our final answer is x is equal to positive, negative, square root of 4. 4 is a perfect square number and the equivalent is 2. Now we have square root of negative 1, that is I. Okay. So our final answer is positive, negative, 2 imaginary or 2I. Let's have this problem from from Sleepy Mango. Say x is equal to -2, positive negative square root of -12 all over 2. I think this is the simplified solution for his quadratic formula. But let us try to simplify, or let us try the simplified answer in this case. So we know that this can be written as -2 all over 2 plus minus square root of -12 all over 2. We need to separate, but we have -2 as denominator. Now we have -2 divided by 2, that is -1, plus minus -12. So the factors of -12 is -4 times 3 over copy 2. Now we have -1. X is equal to -1, just copy. Positive negative square root of -4, that is 2i. The one that we solved a while ago. 2i. Copy square root of 3 all over 2. Okay. So x is equal to -1, positive negative, 2 divided by 2, that is I, then copy square root of 3. Now our simplified and our final answer. Okay. I think this is a critical content, the imaginary number. In order for you to master the imaginary number, let's have another example. If you have x is equal to -5 plus minus square root of -18. So what will be the final answer? X is equal to -5, positive negative. This imaginary is equal to -9 times 2. So x is equal to -5, copy positive negative, square root of -9, that is 3i square root of. Now I want you to try x is equal to -10, positive negative, square root of -32. Okay. X is equal to -10 plus minus square root of -32 all over 2. Try this and write your answer in our comment section. Please share to your classmate this problem, how to simplify your